I'm going to try this one more time, and hopefully this is going to be working and stay working. Maybe. Maybe just a few moments here. So I apologize. This is Hob in Church of Hob Gaming. I appear to be having some technical difficulties with streaming today. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. If this stays stable for a few minutes, I'm going to get started. But we're going to watch it for a few seconds here and see what happens. Last time it dropped off after about a minute and a half of video. We're just gonna watch what's going on. And if everything is good, I need you to come to the front. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we might be okay. Maybe yes, maybe no. I am gonna go double check my controls. So bear with me just a moment here. We've got that. Alright, let's go. Okay, we're good. So we're just going to cancel this. Okay, so once again, it's Hob with Church of Hob Gaming. As I was saying previously in my save game, or in as I was trying to stream earlier, my save game did not save. So I think with this system we actually have to save the state. And with that being the case, I'm going to have to start all over again. So I'm going to give you, I'm not going to run down anything. I'm just going to quickly go through this process of creating my characters. If you'd like to see, excuse me, if you'd like to see my previous playthrough, by all means, go ahead. It is on my YouTube channel. You can also find it here. YouTube channel is Hobgadling. So if you go to youtube.com/c/Hobgadling, you'll get to my channel. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's see here. I want this guy to be engineering, so I'm not gonna name him yet. Navigation. Navigation is going to be Carl, because Carl, that kills people. And we're gonna do an all-human crew again. This one's gonna be, oops, Bishop, my little nod to Aliens, or Alien, and that series. Again, human, although I should make him android to make it more accurate, but I just don't care. Then we're gonna do, oh, who's next on my list? That is communications. We're gonna go. I'm gonna put my coworker Juan in here just because it's funny, and he'll get a laugh out of it if he actually watches it. I don't know if he will. So we've got science, navigation, engineering, communications, and medicine. And medicine gets to be Melanie, because she'll never actually watch this, and it will be funny if she does. And I do have a tendency, as I've said previously, to name characters in my games after people that I actually know, because, well, I'm a lazy bastard. Oops. Up in the wrong spot. Okay, so let's train science to max. And we're going to go navigation to max. That's Carl. And then we go done, and we go communications, which is 1. Nope, 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 nope. Communications. Gotta get the right one. Alright, so now we're going to assign Jamie, Carl, Bishop, and 1, and Melanie. Perfect. Alright, exit out of there. And go down here, and I just buy this outright. Flat device, E, and exit. Alright, now we gotta go name the ship. And we're just gonna name it Intrepid, because why not? And if any of you have played this before, you'll know that the Intrepid is the ship that is found in the story. And if you've not played this, you certainly should. And if you can get your hands on the actual cartridge, it is totally, completely worth it. Extra cargo, we do not have enough for the turbochargers. Cancel that. Buy. Let's buy turbochargers, extra cargo, and that'll be what we buy for now. Oops. And now we're going to buy cargo pods. Alright. Let's make sure that what we bought for the terrain vehicle stuck. It did. Alright. Okay, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to pop out to the wide world of space. The final stuff. Alright, so quick run around the universe. I'm going to do this in quick fashion. Last time I did a lot of explanation. Again, please go watch the previous video. I'm going to run through some of this stuff really, really fast. And the reason being is that losing the save game, I want to catch up to where I was. I had a couple of goals very specific in mind for tonight, and it looks like they're going to have to wait until next session. My plan was to eliminate the ULEC threat and go pick up a couple of key artifacts that make my life significantly easier. Alright, mineral scan, sweet. Let's grab that copper. We're going to hit this platinum hard. So I don't know if you can hear that sound. Let me make sure that the sound's actually on. No, it's not. Okay. So there's this sound when you're digging. You may or may not be able to hear it. But it kind of this chuffing noise, this lower pitched chuffing noise, means that you're actually dug in. That comes in handy when you're on planets and the weather turns ugly. So you can actually dig yourself in some places, and that'll keep you from getting blown and tossed around. Some planets will have earthquakes. When they have earthquakes, you want to make sure that you actually get back to your ship as quick as you can. Don't even dink around with it. You just go right back to your ship and get off the planet, because the earthquakes will just beat the crap out of you. And they'll kill all your people if you aren't careful. And we're going to disembark again. And pop up. And grab some more platinum. We're hitting the top one of those. Not able to get that other one now. That's a bummer. Alright, we're gonna head back to the ship. Actually, we're gonna go see if there's some surface minerals we can grab. Oh yeah, we love the surface minerals. So I don't know what's been going on with my health lately, but I've had this cough for a couple of weeks now, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. I don't know if it's allergies or what the deal is, but it's making me crazy. So if I cough, I apologize. Just understand I don't often have time to mute the microphone when it happens. Speaking of, and so it's kind of a pain. So let's get off of this rock. And let's take care of a couple of things real quick here. Between the planet and these minerals, we should be able to upgrade our engines and complete our cargo pod setup. 35,000 for that. We're out. Oh, wrong way. Gotta go here first. Gotta sell all of this crap. That should be pretty good. Alright, so let's go, and how much are sell engines? Sell. Buy engines. Not quite enough for those. So we're gonna buy those. We're gonna buy those class 4s. And we're going to buy cargo pods up the wazoo. And by the ice runners, the snow treads, the pontoons, and the heavy armor. I don't ever buy the wide angle stunner. It just uses a ton of fuel. The radar is functionally useless. I think it was something that was supposed to be implemented in the game, but never really was. And then what we really want is that mineral scanner too, but we're not there yet. Alright, so we're out. Gonna buy a little bit of Endurium. And we'll come back for that whining orb later. Alright. Let's rock and roll. So we're gonna go log a couple of planets real quick. And then we are going to fully upgrade our engines to the class 5s and buy some armor. And then we are going to go traipsing into Gazertoid and then Elex space. Now, I don't know if I talked about this, but the planets on the display here on the little map in the corner, brown ones are obviously primarily rock-like. The purple ones are gas giants that you can't land on. The reddish-brown colored ones are they're the rocky planets. Blue ones are Earth-like, quote-unquote Earth-like, and the white ones are obviously ice planets. In case you didn't pick that up in my previous playthrough, so we're gonna go ahead and log this planet. We're not even gonna bother landing, and we're gonna fire ourselves right out of the system here. Looks like holding up pretty good. Stream seems to be stable again. Alright, we're going to hit this flux. And I'm going to do this in a slightly different order than last time. We're going to hit this system, which should have one habitable planet, which will be guarded by a fantastic little device that's gonna question us annoyingly. There we go. Science officer sensors. Blah 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 blah. And communications. Hail friendly. It doesn't care. It's a robot. Alright, and we're going to do some very quick math. Now, this is a robot belonging to the Veloxy, and as I said in my previous stream, the Veloxy are insectoid, and they rely on a base 6 number system. So, their questions are all whether or not a number is divisible by 6. And the answer, in a lot of cases, is no. Nope. I'm pretty sure no. Oh, yep, nope. 38. I have to think about it. Like I said, most of the time the answer is no. And once you answer the questions correctly, they assume that you are actually a Veloxy and you know their math, and they fly away and leave you alone. And since it's just a robot, nobody actually cares. And it'll follow you around if you decide you want to fly around the little encounter screen. But again, doesn't really matter. Alright, so 143.15, if I remember correctly, is where a specific device that we need is located. And I need to go grab my book, so hang on one second. Alright, let's look up 143.115. Yep, that's the one. So, we are going to land. We're going to go to 28 north by 4 east. And this is a horribly imprecise landing control system. Close enough. And the gravity on this joint is ridiculous. And just like that, we've got our black egg. And there's like no minerals whatsoever on this thing, so we don't even bother. And we're off. Okay. And now we're going to head down and we're going to go deal with the mechan. So away we go.
Leaving solar system. Entering solar system.
We'll have an encounter here in just a second. There we go. somebody had mentioned at one point in time that the that you never can tell what the ships are, and there is actually an auto scan device in the game, and the auto scan device makes it so that you don't have to actively scan scan the ships when you enter an encounter. Otherwise, you have to go to your science officer and you have to use your sensors. It's a thing. Yes, we're prepared to go to Haven. You guys are obnoxious. No, I don't serve Leighton today, but maybe tomorrow. Oh, good. Now go away. Really? I just want to get the planet logged. I'm in a hurry, guys. Come on. Chill out. So the items that we're after today, specifically, are one, I want to eliminate the ULEC from the universe because two of the items that I need to be able to complete the game are buried in their space, and they are just unpleasant, nasty customers. And here we go again. And they will just burn you to the ground in seconds if you're not very well equipped. And I really don't like dealing with them. So I generally try and eliminate their race from the game very early on. No, don't wait anymore. I'm going to verify. Code red. No, go to code red. Code red. Yes. Now, be gone with you. Shoo! No, I'm not an enemy of Noah. Yes, you have. Good for you. Ah, excellent. Now go away. I really don't feel like talking with you guys today, and you're just obnoxious about it, so... Let me be free? Ask lots of silly questions, or you answer lots of silly questions. I guess would be the more accurate way of putting it. And we're gonna log that planet, and we're gonna GTFO. Getting the fuck out. And we are literally going to, not drive very well. We're going to pop right back over, and we're going to pick up the cache, change our engines out for more efficient ones, and head straight into ULEX space. Well, Gazertoid space first. I kind of have to pass through there to get to the ULEX space. The Gazertoid are rather nasty customers too, but they can't shoot straight. Like, literally, they shoot at an angle. So, they're pretty easy to deal with. I just ignore them. And don't put up with any of their crap. Alright. Congratulations! 45,000 and 35,000. Yay! Excellent. Unpleasant news. We've read this before. And we're going to just keep going on. And next message, to all captains, one of our ships was just destroyed by what reports indicate to be androids, approximately 20 sectors directly forward of Arth. When passing through this area, proceed with caution. That's where we just were. And yeah, so such is life, guys. Such is life. Alright, so quick. Sell. No, not cargo pods. Engines. Yes. Cancel that. Sell. Engines. Yes. Buy engines. Why are you not letting me sell my engines? Well, I don't want to sell that. Sell. Engines. Yes. Aha. Buy. I can work the controls really, I promise. Alright, now we're going to buy armor, and we're going to go all the way up to class 5 armor because of where we're going. And, you know, somebody might say, oh, you should get shields, but, you know, the shields just don't help. The only thing that really saves your bacon in this case is the armor in my book. Alright, so we are gonna buy, not 23 of that, we're gonna buy 10, 15. I think that should be enough to get us where we're going. And we're going to buy the winding orb, and we're going to be done with it. The winding orb doesn't come into play until a little bit later, but I'm going to buy it now anyways. Now for the purposes of this, I'm going to save the game, and hopefully it will let me load from this if we have a problem. I mean, it does at least... it doesn't look like it has a... doesn't look like it has an option to load the game at all. So, hang on one second. I'm going to go File, and we're going to save the state. Just in case. Oh, error, really? Save state as? Alright. Starflight. Oh. Save. Alright, that worked. Now let's see if we can do just a straight save state. Nope. File. Save state as. Okay, as long as we can continue to save in that place, I'm good. Alright, we're gonna head out into the universe. And off and running. Let's try and make this as quick as possible.
Leaving solar system.
Alright, up past this one. Boom. Down in the cross constellation. That did not go to the cross constellation. Oh, I hit the wrong one. That's right, it's this one that we need to hit. Now we're in the cross constellation, and we hit this one. This should pop us into a nebula. Bingo. And go into this system, dodge this planet, head for the blue one. And here are the Gazertoid, as expected. And like I said, I don't even talk to them, I just don't care. And repent air breathers, they are hyper-religious nut jobs, and they're like little blobs of tentacles. And like I said, see, can't shoot straight, not to save their lives. So, I'm pretty good with that. They can stay back there. Class 5 engines, I can outrun them. We'll be done with this crap in no time. See, look. Already done. They are so fired. Alright, so. This planet has something else that I need. Come on. Orbit. There we go. And I don't remember if this one is loggable.
Analyzing.
It has the violent weather. 68, 66. 68, 66 is where the auto scan device is. Remember that. Now, if I can just remember what the coordinates were. Alright, so we got that. I don't remember where on the planet. That damned thing it is. Ah, here we go. Oh, north of 32 east. And I'm gonna log the planet. I seem to think this one's a bad one, but because of the violent weather, 32 east, let's land as close as possible. Wow, almost never hit the coordinates exactly. Close enough. And again, crap-ass gravity. That's what we wanted. And we're not even playing around. Got no time for this. Alright, so now we're headed to UX space. And I believe we're going to 5532 on the star map. So let's grab that star map. It should be that little red dot right there that we're never going to be able to get over. $55.32. Alright, close enough. So, that's where we're going. Assuming we don't get stuck on every planet along the way. And away!
Leaving solar system.
Oh, Gazertoid. That's not so bad. Whew. I was worried that was going to be the ULEC. Oh, that would have been ugly. But you notice I didn't have to scan the ship. That little device I just picked up is an auto scan device. So it makes it so you don't actually have to scan the ships to see what race they are.
Entering solar system.
And this is, if I remember correctly, right on the first planet. And we do not languish here. Nope, it's not the first one.
Orbit established.
Apparently I never wrote down which planet it was specifically, because I'm silly for some reason. Come on. Lock it. There we go.
Analyzing.
Let me double check that. Nitrogen, oxygen, water. Log planet.
Planet log.
And there's like nothing for minerals on here. Oh, see? There we go, taking damage, because, you know, smart or something. Things are a pain in the butt. Alright. The nice thing is your terrain vehicle auto repairs, so you don't have to worry about that as long as your crew doesn't actually take any damage. You're gravy. Alright, now. We are after a very specific device. We are after the tesseract. 1850. So let's see how much fuel it'll take us to get there. We may have to go back home first. Says it's going to take 8 fuel. 8 or 9. How much fuel do we have? 14. Alright, yeah, you know what? We're going to go back home first. That's a shorter flight. But the upside of this is we no longer have to worry about encounters with the ULAC. And that is a boon.
Fuel level critical.
Pop in there. You're not wasting any time. We pop in there. Home with 4 fuel to spare. Exactly 4 fuel. Look at that madness. And we are just not having any luck with the gravity escape today. Come on, quit being a tool. I can't fly. That's my problem. Just can't fly today.
Orbit established.
Optimal planet? Ah, yep. So this is, if you recommend an unsuitable one, the first time they fine you 100 MUs, but that's fine. We don't care. Next time they charge you a whole lot more. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to go next, and we're going to train our engineer to maximum. And we're going to train our doctor to maximum. Alright. Now we're going to head over here. We're going to sell that and that. And you'll notice that you can actually sell your artifacts. Don't. Just don't. We're going to buy some Endurium. We're actually going to buy a fair bit. 25. Alright. And we're going right back out into space. Now, we are going to head to 1850 and pick up that tesseract. There are some oddball artifacts that are out in the universe. There are a couple that are alluded to, but not specifically pointed out where they are. I've found a few of them. There is a device that will actually point out where artifacts are. 50. If you're scanning a planet, so if you actually look to land on a planet, it will show a little flashing cursor where the artifact is. There's where we want to go. Alright, where is that? 5th planet. So, all the way across. That's beautiful. So that brighter red planet is a molten planet, and those are quantifiably like Mercury. They're hot and red. Now we got to be careful here, because if we get too close to the edge, the planet will actually sling us out of the system. Nitrogen, oxygen, water. Cool. Science officer, analyze.
Analyzing.
Arctic tropical? Moderate. We're gonna log that bad boy.
Planet log.
And now we're gonna land. It's 15 north by 44 west. And like all of the artifacts are like in the northern hemisphere. And it's kind of funny. It's like nobody lived in the south. Oh, and it sounds like we're starting an earthquake right away. That's awesome. But we need that tesseract. Now, it doesn't look like this planet has hostile flyers, but there's a couple of planets we go to where there are hostile creatures. So if you look at the artifacts now, so flat device, this is going to tell you what it does. Increases ship's efficiency. So what this actually does is it improves the fuel efficiency of the ship, and that is super duper handy. Alright, so now we are gonna go find I think we're gonna go get a handy dandy little device. 8198. How far away is that from us? Oops, wrong button. But yeah, see, look at how much fuel it'll take to fly straight there now. Whereas before it was, you know, you're looking at expending like 20 fuel to go that far. So we're gonna go back through the cross constellation. And we're just gonna pop right out over here. Maybe. Oh, we went a little too high. Back down this way. There's where we're going. Tag that. Tag that. And since we're over here, we'll pop back home and pick up fresh fuel. And maybe do a little bit of mining. Since we're here. Just to bolster our coffers a bit. Fuel is expensive. And surface minerals are awesome. No work required. Just a hair shy. Alright. That's pretty good. Head back to the ship, head back to the station, grab our cash, grab some fuel, and we're gonna go grab the focusing stone, and I think we'll go grab the crystal cone while we're out.
Orbit established.
Cool. This is a list of flux locations. Oh, actually, it's not even a list of flux locations. It's just, hey, there are fluxes out there. Useless. Absolutely useless. Give me information. Alright, so that. All of it. So that. Alright, and again, we don't sell any of the artifacts. Buy some Endurium. Oh, we do not need that much Endurium. About that much ought to be enough. Let's just make sure. Okay, cool. Alright, and hang on just a moment. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so let's go grab that focusing stone. And what do we need? We need the focusing stone. Well, I don't need the focusing stone, I want the focusing stone. And then I need a crystal cone. Crystal cone is actually important. Yep. Alright, so crystal cone. Let's go back over here. Maybe? Alright, there we go. Alright. I'm going to real quick save the state of this. Oh, I forgot, gotta do save state as. Yes, right. Cool. Alright. So, the plan, as it stands right now, we're going to go to 8198, and then we are going to go way up here into this happy little cloud. And that's going to get us to the crystal cone, and I don't think we're going to have time for much more than that today. So let's get this on a roll. Maybe we'll go just a little bit over.
Leaving solar system.
And we're just gonna fly straight out to 8198. Not even gonna Mickey Mouse around. Well, more or less 8198. Alright.
Entering solar system.
So the artifact that we're going to get right now is called the Focusing Stone. The Focusing Stone is an artifact that was stolen from the Veloxi. Those are the insects. And having it allows you to deal with the Veloxi on different terms. Those terms specifically being that they won't be such jerkbags. And log the planet and land on the planet, and we do have to go through their space a little bit. So I want to make my life easier. 34 south, 137 west. Oh, see, these guys lived in the south. 44 south. And what was it? 137 west? I think that's what I said. 137 west. That is, in fact, what I said. So I often go a different route with the artifact hunting. A lot of times I will go find a very specific artifact, and that is, oh hey, look, hostiles. So these are hostile flyers, and they're freaking obnoxious, and hard to kill too. So what I'll do is I'll actually go find the artifact locating device, and the artifact locating device will allow you to quickly locate artifacts on the planet. It's just it's kind of another direction to go, but I'm not going to Mickey Mouse around with that today. So if I remember correctly, there is a flux right over in that nebula that will take us where we want to go. But I could be wrong. Ah, spamming. Nobody cares. And so these guys are really super aggressive unless you have the whining orb, in which case they whine. So here we'll have a conversation with them, and we'll respond in friendly fashion. And they talk about blowing you to bits. They posture initially, and then they get back to this, this garbage about how they were just joking, and they get very, very sycophantically obsequious. So let's go other races. Okay, get to the telling. I'm sorry, I didn't leave that up there long enough to read. They just talk about how they don't know very much, but they'll tell us what they know. And the Veloxi, or the Velox, are an arrogant race of insects. They found that they, by pretending to worship them, sometimes they will not destroy us. And then only pretending to worship you, and some of the text is garbled because it's an alien language and you only have so many points in translation. Now, if you have a Veloxi an Elewon translator, a lot of this is even clearer. But one of the things that I really like about this game is you put a name in and it actually uses your name in the game, or the name that you put in the game, so it takes into consideration. There was a lot of detail in this game that is missing from some games nowadays. And if you question these guys long enough, they'll tell you where their homeworld is, they'll tell you where the ULEC homeworld is. Actually, I don't remember if they tell you where the ULEC homeworld is. They give you clues as to where the ULEC homeworld is, and then you kind of have to figure it out. But eventually, if you play it long enough and enough times, you figure it out. So I'm gonna keep bugging him here. I'm gonna tell you about the Gazertoid. Might call insane fanatics, which they are. They believe it is their destiny to cleanse the universe of blaspheming, heretical, low-life, air-breathing scum dogs. And that's that actually sums them up pretty well. Blah blah blah. Nomlox, Phlegmac were the first races to attack from the core. Later came the Elec and the Glutleys. No idea. The old empire spurned their loving and devoted children. We were forced to pretend allegiance with the Gazertoid. They're kind of talking about themselves. The Spemen are obnoxious. It's about religious rhetoric. Managed to convince them that we are water breathers. We've done this by sitting in pools of water whenever we communicate with them. Clever, though. So, anyhow, moving on. I'm talking to these yahoos. Guess we're flying the long way. Oh, is that the flux I was looking for? It was. So it's a bit further up than that. So I don't remember which of these will actually take me up where I need to go.
Solar system.
But I'm going to pop in there for just a sec. Oops. And fly out and right into a flux. So star map. That might have actually been the one I was looking for. No, probably not. This is a little flux nexus, and it's really obnoxious to navigate. Obnoxiousness. Be gone. Do not feel like being best of buddies. Just trying to get somewhere, and you're just taking up my time. Alright, enough of this. We're going up here. It's not going to take that much fuel. So we're just going to fly it. But I am going to grab 165. Is that right? I don't think that's right. No. Crystal cone is 2198. And we've got to dodge that.
Enter.
And it's on. Which planet is that on? The first planet. And so the nice thing is since this is like hugely deep in UN territory, normally we'd have been attacked at least once by now. But because we colonized their planet again, we don't have to worry about that. And it just makes life so much easier.
Orbit established.
We've got the sensors on here, and there's like nothing. So we're gonna land, and this is 29 south, 55 west. Just enough to register. 55 west. Enough. And we're off. Alright, so at an hour. I think I'm gonna go just a little bit over. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna head out system, assuming I can fly. Which, as I've stated earlier, I can't. It's the controller. It's a little wonky. Alright, we hit this flux. And then we're gonna hit this flux down here. And there should be another one fairly close by. Ah! The space minstrels. The space minstrels have this song that they go through. They're these alien beings, and they sing the tale of the universe. And so we'll go through it real quick. And they say their thing, and they don't answer questions. And it's through the windless night we sail to watch the timeless dance unfold. Out of joy we share the tale to any who would have it told. And continuing on. Time, it seems, doesn't flow. For some it's fast, for others slow. In what to one race is no time at all, another race can rise and fall. And this is actually like a huge clue in the game. The virus spread like burning fire, the sea of dread rose higher and higher. The crystal ones had to fight by causing suns to ignite. Self-defense, it is their right. If you play the game, you'll catch what it is. Back when all the stars were young, before the minstrel songs were sung, when this galaxy was new, there came from far the crystal few. Gradually they spread through space, they were the first, the only race. And harder still to recognize that which lies before one's eyes. So many races have believed in only what was preconceived. That which is ancient may be new. It all depends on point of view. And I don't want to give the end of the game away before we actually get to the end of the game. So if you figured it out, keep it to yourself. From inward, out the races flee, searching for a place to hide, ever in a wave of war, and on the crest of the strongest ride. And again, we should be pretty close to done, I think. We are the watchers of the dance, many wonder at us, but how could there not be an audience for the greatest of all comedies? And yeah, so yeah, we're back at the very beginning. So now we terminate and we wait. And I don't remember if there is. I don't think that there is a log of the minstrel song on here, but you can actually look it up online if you're interested in that. Where are we? 64, 186, and then we need 35, 186.
Leaving solar system.
There we go. And that puts us way down here. So we're actually going to head to alright, so I want to do a couple of things. I want to go to the rod device. I don't care about that at the moment. 215.86. It should be right in there. That little blob. So we are going to need to hit home. So we're going to head that way. Oops, a little too far south. Huh. There we go. I have terrible aim apparently.
Enter your level critical.
Go check messages. We're going to do just a touch of mining to pick up some additional money for fuel. And then we are going to head out system. We're going to go pick up just a couple of artifacts
Orbit established.
in a special system. So we got 40,000 for that. Here's the flux locations. Blah blah blah. And it talks about the cross constellation. We've already been there. Not really concerned with that. I just want to double check something. Alright, cool. In we go. Did we actually pick anything up? Nope. And buy. And we're gonna buy 30 this time. Alright. Into the universe we shall go. And actually, since we got that 40,000 for the planet that we logged, we can just head straight out to where I was planning on going anyways.
Leaving solar system.
We want to go out there. So we're gonna hit this flux. And we're going to functionally fly almost a straight line. Not quite, but close to. There we go. And this should be, yes, Staff
Entering
Constellation.
solar system. Orbit established.
Alright, so for this we need... Now what the hell, we might as well. Planet number 2. And we're going to check planet number 3 real quick. Seem to think that this one is not loggable.
Orbit established. Scanning.
Yeah, not loggable. Lots of life though.
Orbit established. Orbit established. Scanning.
Neither of these are loggable. So this one, 59 north east, 54 north, and 13 east. Monster gravity. I don't think this is the right spot. Let's get off this rock. Oh. Her. I can count. This was the rock that we needed to land on.
Orbit established.
And it gives you some information about about a guy in the game, Harrison. That's actually where we picked up the ellipsoid. So we're actually ahead of these guys, just because horrible penchant for writing everything down. But I wanted to show you guys something very specific. So we're gonna hop through here, and we're gonna ride this flux. And this one should take us right down by where we wanted to go. So this is the constellation they call Pythagoras, because Pythagoras theorem, triangle, you know, that stuff.
Entering solar
And
system.
so take a real close look at this system. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planets. A yellow sun, 2 gas giants, 2 frozen worlds.
Orbit established.
Interestingly enough, this game knew that Pluto wasn't going to be a planet, and that would make this Earth. So there's no life on Earth anymore, and almost no minerals whatsoever. But it is still habitable.
Analyzing.
It has calm weather, 1G Arctic tropical temperatures, so we are going to log the planet.
Planet log.
And then we are going to land on the planet. And down in the area of the Yucatan Peninsula is an artifact, and that is 12 north, 104 west. Close enough. And it's not really worth trying to mine or anything on that planet, so we don't bother. So now, we're going to go to the 4th planet.
Orbit established.
And we're going to go to... Oops. Leave orbit, apparently. We're going to go actually land, and we're going to go land on Mars. Science officer sensors. No life on Mars. No atmosphere. So we're just going to land and go right in the 0 marker. If you can get it. Oh, right in the 0 marker. And up we go. And so to give you an idea of what the artifacts that we have are, the hypercube shows previous encounters on the star map. The ring device shows nearby fluxes, which is what we just picked up and comes in really damn handy. The shimmering orb is our auto scan. The tesseract is our ship's efficiency. The rod device supercharges your lasers if you have them. The black egg is a planet bomb. The ellipsoid makes the Velox friendly, and the crystal cone identifies the control nexus on the crystal planet. So if you're starting to get it, groovy. So, you know, we have everything that we need, except we need a very specific item. Oh, we actually need the crystal orb, which I don't think that we have. And that's on 132, 165. Ah, okay. So we're not going to do that today. I thought that maybe I'd go ahead and grab the defenses nullification device, and we'd just go ahead and finish up. We're actually going to finish the game in the next session, so you know, definitely check in. I'm going to have one more recording of this, and that's going to be that'll be next Saturday or Sunday. Actually, yeah, let's go for next Sunday, starting at around 1 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it should only take us maybe 45 minutes to finish out the game. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot our booty back over to our primary space station, and out system. Boom! Going crazy over here. Just kind of head that way. Oops, missed our flux. Nobody cares, Meccan. Go away. I don't want to talk to you today. Nope. There we go.
Entering
Collect
color
our rewards, quote unquote rewards, for logging planets. And if you have any questions about the game, feel free to send me a message. If you have enjoyed watching or any part of this video, make sure to subscribe or follow below. And once again, this is
orbit established.
Hob, and this is Church of Hob Gaming. Go ahead and fade to black. Y'all have a good night and a wonderful week.